Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Look at me starting this year right with some new content. So today's video is going to be a traveling funnel acrylic pour on a gray base. Now I did a Dutch pour on this 11 by 14 before and I didn't like it, and then I tried to save it but it didn't work, so I scraped it, which is why this canvas looks this way. But I'm excited to bring you guys along the journey of my artistry. So let's talk colors. So first I'm going to be using this Artist Loft-Portrait pink. I'll go ahead and put all the ratios of how I mix my paint down below. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with Kanella, but she has video number 63 that details how she mixes her paints. And for real guys, ever since I saw that video, it changed my life. Next up we have this color. I tried to make a blue black, but it ended up coming out as a greenish color, so those are also Artist Loft colors. This is an Artist Loft Turquoise, and I really love this color. I thought it was really going to work well with the colors I chose for today. This is also an Artist Loft colored green with a little bit of black. I was going for like an Everglades evergreen color, so I didn't want it to be the bright green, but just a little bit darker. And then we just have standard Artist Loft white. Now this is going to be my funnel for today. I don't have an actual funnel, but honestly I love using old bottles in my art, so all I did was cut off this portion of the bottle and I'm going to use it to drag my funnel color across the canvas. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited guys for this canvas today. Now I'm going to be using a blow dryer to spread my paint. In acrylic pouring, some people spread their paint, some people tilt their canvases, and I used to do that a lot, but what I realized was that I was wasting a lot of paint, like a lot of paint guys. Trash bag, construction bag sizes amount of paint, and I was like, this cannot keep happening. Like, I'm not rich to keep buying all this paint. So when I discovered a blow dryer after watching artists like Olga Solby and Rinskadowna and Molly's artistry, the blow dryer honestly saved my life and it really helped me manage my paint. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys just watch the process of what I'm doing until I actually start putting the colors into the funnel and just give you a little bit of a background as to how I really got started in this journey. So of course, like everyone else during quarantine, everyone's looking for a hobby, everyone's looking for something to do, and I picked up this starter acrylic pour paint kit from Five Below. Needless to say, I love the idea of what was supposed to be happening, but the products were a little bit cheap. They didn't really like achieve the picture on the box, like, you know, when you get something on the box that says you can do this. Well, I didn't do that. It was like a green, a white, a red, and if I have the picture of my first ever pours, I'll go ahead and insert it here for you guys. Please don't laugh. Well, you can go ahead and laugh. I laugh at them now because they were just treacherous, but it really made me love acrylic pouring. Then when I realized that this was a thing and I found videos on YouTube, I was instantly hooked. So I've been honestly making acrylic pouring, Dutch pouring. You can probably see some baby canvases. I think those are 4x4 next to me that I did, just experimenting with different colors since May of 2020. And I've been creating pieces mainly for myself. But then in the last part of 2020, honestly, a lot of my kings out there, shout out to anyone who's ever purchased some art from me, multiple pieces as well. They have been doing a lot of helping out my business, and I've been making a lot of commissions for other people. So I do have an Instagram. It's called Krafted by Kai. I'll go ahead and link it here for any of you guys who are interested in looking at that. I do take commissions, or if you just like anything that I've posted in the past, what I think I'm going to do is start putting a ticker or like a little sticker on my post to show if it's sold or not, so you know if it's still available. I also hand make jewelry, so you're going to see some of that on my page, but I just honestly, I like doing things with my hands, and being inside, I needed to like not go crazy. So I really do like the acrylic pouring aspect, however, of art, because there is so much freedom that you can do. And I think with being a perfectionist, it made me really understand that, you know, I don't have to critique everything as hard. And the best thing about acrylic pouring is you never know what you're going to get, and you can't replicate anything. Everything's one of a kind. So I really have been loving making canvases this year. Now, what you're actually honestly seeing me do right now is just touching up my sides of my canvas. Whenever I would watch other artists' videos, they would tell you to clean up the sides, but I never knew. And then when I started getting really good at fluid art, I would notice that my paintings in like different shapes or whatever I did would start spreading and getting bigger. Well, that was a number of things. One, too much paint on my canvas, and then two, not cleaning up your edges, because if you leave your drips on the edge of your canvases and allow the paint to like slide off and pull it down, it's essentially pulling whatever paint you have on the center of your canvas off to the sides. Some people like that look, some people don't. So I really try and be careful with the amount of paint that I use to touch up my canvases. Like right here, I'm just dipping my fingers in my cup and lightly tapping it on any pieces that are still pink, because I don't want to have a lot of paint dripping once I start funneling on my color. Now this process is different. Some people use popsicle sticks, some people use your fingers. I just say use whatever makes you feel comfortable, honestly. I used to use popsicle sticks, but then I realized that it was putting on a little bit too much paint. So when you dab it in, it really just makes everything look professional, clean, and neat. And don't forget a side. So if you can't get to one side, I used to like, oh, I'll get that later. You can tell the difference between some paint that's dried 4 hours ago and some paint you just tried to touch up now and put on top, because it just doesn't look good. So just take your time. I know it's tedious, but clean up your edges. Now I honestly made a few different pours this week. This is pour number 3, and I thought this footage was deleted because I was playing on my camera and I was trying to center it, and then I don't know if anyone out there has a Nikon or if you've used a camera before, but on my Nikon, in order to start the recording, I have to hit the record button. But in order to stop it, I have to push the record button again. Well, I didn't hit the record button, and then it just stopped recording. And then when I looked for the footage, I couldn't find it. So I was panicking, but I'm glad I have this footage here for you guys today. So we're going to see what we get. Now, the colors today, I was going for kind of like an ocean, Amazonian type of snaky color type thing. I don't know exactly what in my head what I wanted it to look like, but I just knew that I wanted some motion. So how I'm going to begin this is just by placing down my funnel, aka bottle, and I'm going to start lightly just using these bottles to pour the paint into the funnel. Now when I get enough colors, I'm going to lightly lift the bottle head up just a little bit so that the colors drag across my base. And then you're going to start seeing that cells are going to pop up. Now I do not use silicone in any of my pours anymore. I just realized over time it just takes too much time to clean up and it makes it messy. And honestly, you don't need silicone. Right here, I was trying to decide if I really needed a little bit more grace around my funnel, and then I decided against it. So I said, let's just see how this turns out. And I'm so glad I didn't do it because there was enough paint on my canvas to begin with. What I would say, if I were to do this differently next time, I would limit the amount of colors or like the amount that I'm actually pouring into my funnel, because the gravity on the canvas is going to start pulling your funnel tip, honestly. And if you have too much paint, when it starts moving, it's really going to start moving towards your sides, which is why I put my funnel kind of like in not too close to the corner, but where I wanted the motion to start, so that I had enough room for my paint to spread if it was going to spread, which it did spread, but it actually spread beautifully. So I'll go ahead and post a picture of what it looked like in the end. And what I'm doing here, guys, when I'm waiting, I try and make sure that all of the paint is out of the funnel before I start applying more paint, because I didn't want too much paint in here so that it would muddy up and like gather together. And you'll see as it's going to start expanding, like if you pay attention to that's where I started, the white bubble, you didn't see those blue cells there before, but it started selling so beautifully. Now in that section, I kind of drug the funnel tip too hard, I think, and it made it kind of muddy for me, and I really didn't like that like one transition there, but I love the colors of the white and the tan and the green, so I was trying to make that happen again. I think at this point I actually ran out of my tan color, so I just started using what I had. Yep, that was almost the last of it. And then here in a second, you're gonna see me get fancy and squirt 2 colors in at one time. I don't know. I don't know what I thought I was doing. But I would say just take your time with this. Make sure to like get all the paint out before you add more paint in. Okay, see, that was the part where I drug it too hard, because you can see a lot of the gray base poking through the colors. It did eventually like push together. I don't know, I thought by fanning my hand I was going to make the paint push together faster. I'd be talking to my canvases. Do any of you guys, when you're making your art, do you talk to your art? I'm like, no, go to the left, go to the left. But this had to have been one of my most favorite pieces this past week, honestly. And this piece is actually sold, so I'm sorry if anyone's watching this and like, oh, I want to get this. I do appreciate the love in advance. I know you guys are gonna love it. But again, you can look on my Instagram page to see what art I currently have, or if you're interested in anything, you can tell me what colors you like, and I can try and make something up for you. Yay, the canvas is done. So now that I'm done, I'm going to use my heat gun, and I got this from Michael's. Honestly, it doesn't have a brand name on it. It just says heat gun pistol thermique, and it's blue, CULUS, just to pop any air bubbles I may have and to also bring out any more cells. And I'm just gonna let this sit here and grow and dry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is going to be the first of my Krafted by Kai playlist on this channel. At this point, you can leave it if you want to blow out your edges. I'm just touching up any places where I didn't think that the color should be, where I just like a really solid background. And that's all for this canvas. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try and push out 2 pieces each week, at least, you know, so you guys can see the process of my artist journey. And I thank you for just watching this video. Until I see you next time, I hope you guys all have a positive 2021. Everyone stay safe. It's going to be a great year. Whether you're new into art, you're looking to get into art, or you have any other passions, just take it day by day and really follow that. I'll see you guys next week.